Let's see what's this way. There's a metal door, and this is an end. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Behold, a mysterious door. Engage. Before you stands an iron door. At its center, a 5-pointed star has been etched deep into the metal. Esoteric energy emanates from the surface. A faint hum vibrates through the iron. That's some fancy door. Let's examine the star symbol. You lean closer to inspect the etched star. 5 points, perfectly symmetrical. 5? Obviously. Each point of the star glows faintly with residual magic. Any ideas now? About your fancy mystery dungeon door? He crosses his arms and stares at it. Not really my area of expertise, cleric. But I bet you need some kind of password, or a spell. Or, you know. He mimes breaking something with his fists. Subtle, very subtle. But what he means here is violence. Touch the door? Your gloved hand needs cold iron. A ripple of translucent energy pulses across the surface. But this one feels stronger, more personal. Right, so smash it. Or perhaps think for a bit. Obviously, there should be a way to get inside. Okay, neither of those are assailable at this point without a critical success. What kind of magic is sealing this? Can I dispel it? Obviously, if you had the spell for it. But this seal feels particularly robust. You need to be very skilled to break through. Is there a password? No, says the intelligence failure. There might be a passphrase, however. Could I break it down? Breaking through metal and magic. And the seal might fight back. Magical wards often do. Step back from the door. The wizard knew what they were doing. You think it was a wizard? The star symbol, the seal, it's all wizard work. Who else would seal a door this thoroughly? Of course, being a wizard myself, it's only natural I know what a wizard would think. The star symbol, the seal, it's all wizard work. Fair point. Something dangerous. Difficulty did not reduce. Press your ear against the door. You lean close, listening. Nothing, complete silence. The door is too thick, or there's nothing beyond. Or something is waiting, very, very quietly. Stop scaring yourself. Look for a keyhole. You search the door's surface carefully. But I don't think we saw one. Try the door handle. You reach for the handle and pull. Nothing. Doesn't budge. No, the door is completely sealed. Too bad. Should I ask the door to let me... I should ask the door to let me in. Yes, obviously. That's not... I mean, it is an esoteric door. Only esoteric methods will win out in the end. Clear your throat. Prepare yourself. Tell me, O door, what is thy passphrase? Your companion is taken aback by the intense ejaculation. Not in that sense of the word, of course. And please don't use that word like that. Yes. Yes. don't use that word like that. Yes, I know that is also a correct usage, but let's be real here. Silence. At first. Then, are you trying persuasion here? Remain silent. Master Haggins Hags. A tiny voice, faintly behind the door. Not remember? Passphrase is, learn, I will learn. What, that actually worked? Oh no, not master at all. The voice goes away. Snell looks at you, then the door, then you again. Learn, I will learn. It's just that easy. The door swings open with a powerful boom. The sound echoes through the dungeon hallways. Everybody heard that. Inside you see a faint light emanating from within. Soft, almost inviting. Well, after you, cleric. The goblin gestures towards the open doorway. He's not going in first, that's for sure. Beyond lies the unknown. Time to find out. Okay. Oh. There's a question mark. The light is not real. How strange. A monster manual, but most pages are ruined. What a shame. Let's take a look at the... Not a mimic? I see. A stack of cryptic books. Let's engage it. A stack of books sits crooked on the floor, half buried under layers of dust. The blue light from windows appears to land upon the surface and stick, as if it is not real. One tome is clearly arcane. The cover bears ward marks that make your eyes itch. Doesn't seem like there's any danger here, right now at least. Intelligence 12. Decipher the warded tome. Okay, we need a 14. That's not impossible. Well, that's not quite enough, I would say. The wards do not recognize you. You push away. Scholar's arrogance. Try to close it. The book bites. Oh, that's lovely. Pain of the immaterial kind lances through your skull. For a split second, you perceive the color of your own name, the sound of the number 7, the weight of yesterday. Thank you, book. That was very nice of you. Let's continue. Then it passes, leaving you nauseous and hollow. The tome's cover snaps shut. The wards glow smugly. Stagger back from the desk. We could try that again, but I would like to have some items that maybe increase my intelligence. These books are not worth the headache. Ouch. Okay, let's go into the inventory. Well, that was the wrong one. That's the inventory. I guess we could eat some apples. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. And maybe what's this one? That's 5 HP. I could have saved 1 apple here. I'll just eat a mushroom and leave it at not entirely full health. But just in case something unexpected happens, you know, I kind of want to have a little bit of health left over. What's this? Behold, that's a strange box. That's trifle. Arcane music box. -2 charisma. An ancient arcane box with strange knobs and buttons. Each turns to make some screeching foul sound, and are unable to do anything beautiful, artistic, or functional with this. Okay, great, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. If I want to lower my charisma by 2, I will think of it, but until then, and it's gonna be a while until then, I don't think I want to do that. There's something that updated here. There was a point here. Yeah, I think something's just updated. That's okay. And the spell book has a dot here. Because we got good apple. Yeah. First level transmutation, category primal, range touch, etc. Duration instantaneous. 5 apples appear in your hand and are infused with magic for the duration. A creature can use its action to eat 1 apple. Eating an apple restores 1 hit point, and the apple provides enough nourishment to sustain a normal creature for 1 day. Yes, good berry. Okay, but now I'm curious. A cure wounds is evocation. Okay, interesting. That's evocation magic. Charm person would be enchantment. That's pretty simple. Shield of faith would be abjuration, and speak with animals is divination. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, dancing lights, is that evocation? Evocation cantrip, yes. And druidcraft is transmutation. Okay, that's good to know. A little bit of learning. You can hear the wind outside. An illusion, surely. Okay, let's take a look at the sign before we take a look at the mimic. Behold the sign. Not a mimic. You stare at the sign. Your companion joins in on the staring as well. It does indeed say not a mimic. Who put this sign here? An interesting question. Could be a team of sign makers who go around the city below planting helpful signs. That would be lovely. However, there is most likely a more esoteric explanation. In other words, the sign could very well be a natural phenomenon of jaw. So I'm assuming that Jest is a mimic then. The sign clearly says the opposite. Did one of your goblin buddies put this sign up? My goblin buddies? He does not enjoy the toy. Oh, sorry, yeah. Of your phrasing. Do you not have any friends, Snow? He's just like you. For real. That's not... He stops himself. No, cleric. I can guarantee no one from the halfways put this sign up. Touch the sign? Why do I feel like I could touch the sign? It is but one possibility out of many. Okay, but should I touch the sign? That is the only way to truly investigate something. It's not true. You can use your eyes as well. Look at the sign. It is a sign. It says, not a mimic. Figure out what's off about this whole setup. My rolls are ass today. I'm rolling pure dog shit across the table. What is happening? Okay, nope. You have no idea. You should see if there is something behind the sign, perhaps. You do notice a slight gap at the side of the sign. I mean, come on. We have 9 shards. We can give it another go. We just need to roll a 15. It's a 25% chance. Let's... What am I rolling, man? Nope. Yep. What are my rolls? Okay, come on. I'm owed a little bit of good luck, right? At some point. 3 rolls in a row under 10. That's just awful. That's awful. That's awful. Come on, man. Come on. We're falling into sunk cost fallacy here with my shards of jaw, but I don't care. There we go. You know, I just don't want to get eaten by a mimic. Hold on. Hold on. What? Look at the sign. I've been doing that for a while now. What about it? Ask yourself one basic question. How is the sign attached to the wall? Well, obviously it's the nail up there. Yes, but look at it. Inspect it closer. Oh, it's not? That nail is not attached to the wood, nor does it hang upon anything else apparent. Could it be attached at the back? That would be a strange way to hang a basic sign like this. More importantly, why would the rope still be erect in this fashion? It is as if someone attempted to create a facsimile of a hanging sign and did not think through all the logical steps involved with why each piece is assembled. So what about it? It's suspicious. Yeah, that much was obvious from the start. What do I do about it? See those pebbles on the ground? Toss one of them at the sign. A basic test of corporeality. Okay. You grab a pebble off the floor and lightly toss it towards the sign. Expecting it to bounce right off, it instead just stops. Gets stuck to the surface of the sign. Whoa, that's because mimics are oozes, right? And that's part of the mimic? Whoa. Whoa. It's soft? The pebble stopped as if it hit a wall of soft, sticky honey. Huh. As you watch the pebble just sit there on the sign, you also see something emerging. An eye staring at you. Not a mimic sign. I knew it. No, he didn't. Point added a shout. A mimic. A real-life mimic. Righto. Hold on. Meek the mimic. It speaks in a harsh, sharp tone. It speaks? Appears there are eyes upon me. Me who hide in plain sight. Why are you hiding like that? Oh, I'm a mimic? That is why. The goblin holds up a hand. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Befriend. Alright, then it's time. Talk this bad boy over to your side. You can do it. I honestly did not expect you to talk. This is kind of throwing me off a little. Do not talk often, no? But you understand? Yes, I understand you. Understand? That is good. In colony, we speak good. Nice, forward. Using mouth is not as speak good. The thing might be hideous, but it's not outwardly aggressive right now. If you want to reach out to it properly, try to mimic its speech pattern, pun intended. Yes, this monster is not mindless, and while its intentions seem to stem from survival, that is not the most evil of leanings. Perhaps you can indeed hear it out. I want some information out of you, monster. Are you friend? Its eyes stare at you unblinking as its maw slowly opens. I am friend. Friend. Well then, time to talk. Look, the goblin says, turning away from the monster. I wouldn't trust this thing at the end of a 10-foot pole. However, if you can get some nice info out of it, trust but verify, right? So, the mimic looks around. I. Mission. Wizard told to guard. Stash. Stash, eh? But room change place. Chamber shift. Time pass. So, guard meek moves. Feeding. Guarding. From people coming from not dungeon. The poor little guy has been stuck down here for a very long time. But Meek can talk. Talk a lot. Ask Meek. Okay. Your name is Meek? Meek, yes. That's a great name. Yes, yes. Must be lonely down here. Not alone always. Colony is somewhere in past and west. Long time spent in colony. Most are very dumb in colony. They do not enjoy smart. They kick out, not allowed to smart. You were kicked out because you were too smart? The mimic clasps its many teeth together. It is curse. Smart curse. What do you know of this place? I know much, or it shifts around a bit, swaying its gaze. I know danger and secret. Place is full of danger and secret. Master told much and shared little. But Meek knows. Meek knows. How can you talk? Talk? Master made Meek talk. Master? Master Haggins Hags. Haggins Hags. That's one of those arcanist families, right? Must be an old mimic. Indeed. That is one of the great arcanist families. This mimic must be old, very old. So you're guarding something? Yes, yes. Most stash is gone. Lost. Or master took. But some is here. Where is your master? Not here. Not here. Master gone, Meek alone. You relate more to this monster right now than you do with most humans in the streets of Norwich. Can I have it? No, only master takes stash. Seems like the mimic is a pretty decent guardian. Guardian? Yes, like a familiar of sorts. A bit too good. Where do you come from? Master. Layer. It is not close. Place shifting. Place change. Shift. Here is not where once was and will be. The mimic is a spontaneous poet. Can I ask you to join the party? Really? It would help to have more allies, if you can call a mimic ally. If you can get the creature to just hang about and share its info, then why not? Yeah, let's try. Well, that's enough, luckily. Right. Well, this might seem pretty simple at this point, but you gotta convince this thing that you'll be its new master. Oh. And you do that by, well, hey Mimic, Meek. Yes, yes. When was the last time you saw your master? Master? Yes, yes, master was... It fidgets on the wall. Master had a... Master say Meek should... Then... Meek not see master for long. Long. There we go. You made those gears start turning. Now hit him with the big one. Your old master is gone, Meek. Oh, but... No buts, he's gone. But it's okay, I will be your new master. Oh! The mimic's eye goes wide, revealing a horrifying mess of shiny pupils. Then it begins to shake. No, that does not. What? Only master can order? Old order, still fresh order. Maybe ask, what exactly was the order? Order? Master talk, guard Meek, guard stash. Guard Meek, only order by master. Well, there's a loophole here. Your guard Meek? Guard is title. Title is guard. So if you stop having that title, then you're no longer guard Meek, and thus you don't need to follow the orders. Meek stares at you for a moment. It turns to your companion as well. Sounds logical to me. Yes, that work. But Meek is guard Meek? Not anymore. By the power granted to me by the city of Norwich, I officially deputize to Mr. Meek. What? The mimic jolts around the wall. Your new title is Deputy Meek. Congratulations. Wanna join the party? A horrid screeching sound is emitted from the monster as it leaps towards you. Shit, the goblin yells and steps back. Embrace it. Within moments you realize that the mimic has left its pose. And turned into a cloak. Mimic cloak, okay. Cloak, I am. If danger, I tell. A familiar has joined your party. Meek. Unlock Meek as a companion. Keep familiars equipped to gain bonuses in dice checks. Deputy Meek at service. Are you sure that's safe? What's the worst that could happen, Snell? It'll be useful to have a little guy around. Yes, little guy. Ah, fuck it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's keep the mimic around, why not? He mutters to himself, if I can write a book on famous last words after this whole thing. Yeah, probably. Let's go. So now we have the mimic cape. We don't have it equipped. Your buddy Meek, he keeps you out of trouble. The scarf with a face flips around in your grasp to face you. Ahoy hoy! Ahoy? That is what my old master used to say. Master don't like? No, it's cool. Ahoy. Ahoy hoy! Meek is very excited to join Meek is very excited to join on adventure. He cares so much for you, for such little in return. You must value this poor, wonderful creature. It is pure, it is but a freshly faced child smiling into the sun. You keeping an eye out for traps and stuff? Yes, master. Meek no underground good. Meek will warn in time for traps. Sweet. Might be creepy to have a monster around your neck, but if it gives you a bit of a heads up to any traps being triggered, it'll at least give you a decent advantage. Just don't trust it too much, yeah? Tell me more about your old master. Haggins Hags. Yeah, him. Old master, he is arcanist. Yes. That is what he say. Arcanists? Good thing you got away from him. Arcanists are bad news. Yes, new master is better. Was he a LARPer or an actual arcanist? You know what, let's ask it. What is LARPer? A faker? Someone who pretends? Like, did he just play at being an arcanist, or was he the real deal? Like, did he just play at being an arcanist? Meek does not know. But Old Master had much power, so probably he was actual arcanist. How old was he? Meek does not know. But Old Master must have been very old, very powerful. Did he treat you unkindly? Old Master was stern. Used painful magic. Only when Meek did poorly in grammar. The scarf recoils at its own words. Not anymore. Now Meek speak how a new master like. I think you're doing great. Thank you, Master. Master is much better than Old Master. A smirk spreads behind the helm of yours. Such a wonderful mimic. You must cherish it. Be nice. What did he look like? Old Master has green eye and sharp claw. Very scary. You think he looked scary? Yes. Old Master was same but different from Mimic. Not good. Did he cast powerful spells? Yes. Meek once saw Old Master destroy 10 humans, all at once. Did he do it with a fireball perchance? Perchance? What does that mean? It means, it's a thing smart people say. Oh. Makes sense. Master is smart after all. But no. Old Master only uses trickery magic. He makes all humans go mad. They kill each other with sharp sticks. What a rotten way to die. Cool. That's what I would have did. I'm a wizard too. What a rotten way to die. Terrible, but effective. Old Master was really big wizard. Big, big. That's all about your Old Master. Move on. How long have you lived in the city below? Like a couple of years or... Meek not sure. Time is fast when hiding. Very fast. And Meek was never taught human way of keeping time. So Meek not know what year is. Hope Master is not disappointed. Can you turn into anything? No. Very sad, but Meek is not good at shapeshift. So Meek like to stay same for a long time. Meek is more of hiding mimic than changing mimic. That's too bad. I was going to ask you to turn into stuff for me. Good. I like how you're able to hide so effectively like that. It's a great party trick. That's fine. Just be yourself, dude. Just be yourself. Be self? That is not something Meek has had previously. Good thing to say. Meek like it. That's all for now, Meek. Okay. And can I equip Meek? Hey, that's the wrong. That is the wrong. That is exactly what I meant to say. There we go. Now that's more like it. That is more like it. Okay. Let's close the inventory. Now we have Meek on our side. Let's behold the chest. Okay, fine. It's actually safe. Trifle. There's some coins. Potion of healing and incense. I accidentally double-clicked. Plus 2 d4 plus 2 of HP. Okay. A standard potion of healing. The label says Hexbrew Incorporation. 6PW. Okay. That's neat. Oh! A spell. Let's take it then. Knock. Oh, that's useful. And bone dust. Let's take a look at bone dust. What does that do for us? Dust from a bone grinder. Very fine and faintly sparkling. Made out of unicorn horn or whalebone or something. Can be used to recover second level spell slots. I see. Okay. That's nice to have. That is very nice to have. Okay. Now, there's this. Let's behold. Wait, a stack of cryptic books. Let's engage. What do you mean by big hurt, Meek? Old Master was has ward on all. Spellcast delayed spell. Hurt big if not careful. Then just leave them alone. Well, I mean, it's a -1, but we still need to get a 14. I might come back later if I have an item that boosts my intelligence or something. These books are not worth the headache. Yeah, I'm sure there's some good stuff there, but we'll come back later if we do. Let's keep running. Let's not run into the cube. And let's see what's in here. Big old statue, huh? This seems like a fairly significant thing. So, I think I might return next time to this place. I can feel my voice giving up, and also I have something to do this soon enough, so I can't really commit to a long conversation like this. So, or potentially long conversation, I don't know yet. So I'm gonna have to call it here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.